Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Find Your Model Health, the official podcast for those looking to optimize their long-term health and weight goals and understand how their body really works. I am your host. I'm Shemaine Linney. I'm an integrative health practitioner, certified nutritional therapist, iridologist, and biohacker. And I'm very happy to have you back with me for another piece of your day where hopefully you learn something useful. This episode, we're looking at amino acids, specifically the BCAAs, the branched chain amino acids. But before I go on, I must remind you that the information in these podcast episodes is for informational purposes only and should not be taken as medical advice. Please consult your health practitioner before making any lifestyle changes. Okay, we're going to look at BCAAs or branched chain amino acids, but in order to do that, we must first look at amino acids. What are amino acids? Well, amino acids are basically the building blocks of life. They are proteins. They are amino acids, and there's 20 of them that we really focus on, and 9 of these amino acids are essential, meaning your body needs them for optimal function and to survive. Most people, when they think of amino acids, they are thinking of protein and animal products, which is not totally inaccurate. And if you're getting adequate, digestible, bioavailable protein from food sources, then you might be getting enough amino acids from your diet to simply maintain a relatively decent amount of health. But there's different influences there, like that bioavailability aspect. Do you have gut issues? Are you absorbing all of the nutrients you ingest? And so on and so on. So back to amino acids, though. Amino acids are basically what your body needs to heal, build, regenerate, perform. And it's not just the building muscles, which a lot of people think of in the structural building kind of aspect of proteins. Yes, amino acids help to form the foundation of muscles, but also organs, glands, ligaments, tendons, hair, skin, nails, bones, hormones, uterine lining, everything. Amino acids serve in the kind of grander scheme of things and help regulate dozens of processes, including your digestion, your metabolism, sleep, immunity, blood sugar regulations, sexual function, libido, hormones. Amino acids are very important for hormones. And again, immunity. Not many people think that or even understand how important protein is for a strong immune system. For nitrogen balance, again, that metabolism, energy production, ATP, muscle protein synthesis, tissue synthesis. Amino acids help facilitate the absorption of nutrients and minerals. They're essential for proper functioning of neurotransmitters. Pretty much everything. Amino acids are much more than just tiny building blocks for building muscles. They literally are fuel and material for every process and every function in your body. So focusing on proper ratios and adequate intake of amino acids is probably one of the most important things that you can do for your health. I think maybe a year or two ago, I did 2 podcast episodes. It was part 1 and part 2, and I think they were titled Understanding the Importance of Protein. So many people do not understand the importance of protein, even down to stimulating hydrochloric acid in your stomach and mental health. So important. Check those out if you're interested to learn more. So protein is not just about building muscle. And then, of course, there's the fat loss aspect that people, I think, are aware of, but there's so many other aspects to protein. But back to amino acids. Our body can't store protein and it can't store amino acids. Just like water, they must be replenished on a daily basis. And the more you use, the more you need. So if you exercise a lot, if you've got a lot of stress in your life, you're going to be burning through your amino acids a lot more. If you have an infection, if you are immunocompromised, if you have gastric issues, gut issues, you're going to need a lot more amino acids to meet your body's requirements. If you're a plant-based eater, chances are you do not get enough protein to maintain a net positive state in your body. And the profile of amino acids varies greatly from one dietary source to another. So a lot of people, when you look at lifestyle and the grander picture and also how they eat, most people are going to need some sort of supplemental amino acids. You can get that, of course, from a good protein powder, from collagen. But what we're looking at today is supplementing with amino acids, specifically the branched chain amino acids, the BCAAs, because I get a lot of questions, but also there are EAAs. If we have time, I might get into them, but those would be our essential amino acids. So the branched chain amino acids, they have a molecular structure that includes a branched chain. This branched chain structure allows them to bypass the liver and be quickly metabolized in muscular tissue, providing a direct source of fuel for your muscles. And I want to remind you, your muscles are not just what you think of your biceps, or your quadriceps, or your abdominals. Your heart is also a muscle. You have muscles throughout your body that are not just what you think of in the aesthetic aspect of things. But this means that BCAAs, without any requirement for much digestion or processing, they're quite bioavailable and they can be relied on as an energy source for your muscles during exercise, helping with performance. Many of you, of course, know that BCAAs are very popular in the bodybuilding world, and they're somewhat inexpensive, and they're widely used by many athletes as well. But I personally don't use them before anyone asks. I do not find they are as beneficial or they're as efficacious as EAAs, which would be the essential amino acids. But BCAAs are pretty affordable for many people. Of course, I'm going to recommend you look at the ingredients and you get a clean product or a clean ingredients list when purchasing branched chain amino acids. And they have been shown in studies to have beneficial effects on a number of performance-related aspects, including reducing DOMS, so delayed onset muscle soreness, preventing exercise-induced muscle damage, lowering perceived exertion and mental fatigue during exercise, increasing resistance to fatigue and lipid oxidation during exercise, so that's fat breakdown or fat oxidation, boosting lean muscle mass, strength, and then fat loss when combined with resistance training and a good program. And I will add in, though, because I get asked a lot, do BCAAs break a fast? And yes, they do. And I believe one of my original podcasts, maybe 5-6 years ago, BCAAs was one of my first ones addressing how, yes, branched chain amino acids do break a fast, but they can also be a driving factor for insulin resistance. And at that time, all those years ago, I haven't heard it happen much since, but a lot of women I spoke to were sipping on branched chain amino acids across the day, like all day throughout the day, because it helps them get their water in. Because if you've taken branched chain amino acids, you know that they're flavored and they're generally sweet. So women were drinking them across the day, thinking they were getting their water in, and then not seeing results in regards to body composition and fat loss, because every time they were drinking these branched chain amino acids, one, the sweetness was encouraging an insulin response. So they were getting more insulin pumped out. And then they also, leucine, which is one of the main branched chain amino acids, leucine has been shown to cause an insulin response as well. So they were getting this whammy and they didn't realize it. So, but branched chain amino acids can be helpful when used in the context of, one, they're a clean product and used during your resistance training session, and maybe just isolate it to one scoop or whatever the measurement is per day. There is a lot of research around branched chain amino acids. One 2018 study in journal Nutrients titled Recent Perspectives Regarding the Role of Dietary Protein for the Promotion of Muscle Hypertrophy with Resistance Exercise Training. They basically showed that leucine is capable of stimulating muscle protein synthesis in the absence of other amino acids. It should be emphasized that protein synthesis will eventually become limited by the availability of other essential amino acids. So in the beginning it can work, but eventually you're going to need those other essential amino acids. So let's look at the essential amino acids really quick, because essential amino acids is something I've been using for years. I like ATP Labs, which is a Canadian company. They create very clean products. So I like to use theirs. A little bit more expensive than BCAAs, but of course, this is what I use, So essential amino acids are the only macronutrients humans absolutely need to eat to survive. Just like water, you'd die if you didn't have enough essential amino acids. So yeah, you can supplement them, but you're going to get enough out of your diet for survival, but that doesn't mean optimal. So essential amino acids, there's 9 of them. 3 of them are the branched chain amino acids, so leucine, isoleucine, and valine. So leucine, critical for protein synthesis, muscular growth and repair, and stimulates insulin from the pancreas. Isoleucine supports muscular metabolism, immune function, and energy regulation. And then valine stimulates muscle growth, regeneration, and energy production. So this is kind of just a summary to what each amino acid does. So those are the first 3, those are the branched chain amino acids. Then the remaining 6, we've got I always struggle to pronounce this one, phenylalanine, which is a precursor to several important neurotransmitters that promote cognitive performance and help balance mood. And again, before I go on, just that point alone, amino acids essential for balancing mood. I do encourage you, go back and listen to the 2 episodes I did on understanding the importance of protein. Your mind will be blown to learn all these different aspects of protein and how important it is in your body. So next up, we have threonine, which helps to form your structural proteins, which is your collagen and your elastin, obviously for healthy skin and tissues, connective tissues, even uterine lining. Your uterine lining contains a lot of collagen. And then tryptophan. A lot of people will have heard of tryptophan being a precursor to serotonin. And serotonin is a precursor to melatonin, so you want enough tryptophan to even make melatonin and support your sleep. And as a neurotransmitter, serotonin also helps to regulate your mood and your appetite. So tryptophan's super important here. Then we have lysine. Random side note, but a lot of people will use lysine topically for herpes. But lysine is great for immune function and the absorption of nutrients. Then we have methionine, which plays a role in metabolism, so important in metabolism, detoxification, and the absorption of zinc and selenium. And then we have histidine, which is a precursor to histamine, which I did 2 episodes on recently. Histamine is essential, both good and bad. But histamine and histidine neurotransmitters, like they help with neurotransmitters for your immune system, digestion, sexual function, sleep, and lots more. So as you can see, I like to go with the essential amino acids because you get that full rounded picture. You're supporting your amino acid profile and requirements from every single angle. So you're still getting the BCAAs, but you're getting all the other complementary amino acids that I just listed as well. So not only are you supporting the muscle synthesis and hypertrophy, you're also supporting metabolism, the structural proteins, detoxification, nutrient absorption. I see better results from essential amino acids, but again, they can be a bit more expensive, especially if you want a clean product. I know some people don't care if they have a clean product or not. I do care. There are some kind of myths or side effects that people have reported from amino acids. One is the insulin resistance that I've already mentioned. And then 2 is the chemical aspect of whether or not the product is clean. You could be consuming even heavy metals depending on where you're getting the branched chain amino acids. And I suppose from any supplement, you want to make sure that you're making an effort to purchase your supplements and your branched chain amino acids from companies that have a good reputation, that are third-party verified, that you know are doing all the different good manufacturing aspects. And even looking at reviews can be very helpful. But branched chain amino acids, they can be helpful. They can help to bring extra proteins into your body to help with healing, recovery, regeneration, even supporting the adrenals and the thyroid. But some other side effects, which really are when you take the branched chain amino acids in the long-term kind of situation where they're the only thing that you're taking, we can see that branched chain amino acids can potentially deplete your B vitamins and B vitamin cofactors, which you 100 million% need for adrenals and thyroid function. We don't see this happen with the essential, the full spectrum amino acids, but we do see it with the branched chain amino acids. And not only are your B vitamins essential for the thyroid and the adrenals, but you also need it for converting your food into fuel and healthy hair, skin, nails, lots and lots of other stuff. Branched chain amino acids can lower serotonin levels. Not a good idea in my opinion, because branched chain amino acids and the amino acid tryptophan, they compete for the same carrier system, the same receptors. So blocking the uptake of tryptophan in the brain is exactly how BCAAs help to keep off fatigue during your long workouts. But this also then suppresses your serotonin, which is going to impact your sleep and, of course, your mood, weepiness, even affecting PMS, like so much. So too much branched chain amino acids can cause low tryptophan uptake, which causes decreased serotonin levels, which also causes decreased melatonin levels. So all of this then can lead to neurological imbalances, and then of course the issues that we see with sleep problems too. I had mentioned that branched chain amino acids do stimulate the insulin response from the pancreas, not just the sweetness, but also the leucine, and depends on what ingredients. Some of these branched chain amino acids, they do contain sugar, cane sugar, sucralose, aspartame, so they're encouraging the muscle to take in sugar and glucose to grow. So when you're doing this regularly, then you're asking for blood sugar imbalances and insulin resistance. And then, of course, that can lead to more serious metabolic disorders like diabetes and obesity. And then that can lead to overeating and weight gain as well, because if you constantly have these blood sugar issues and you have low serotonin from inhibiting tryptophan, you then are going to be increasing your cravings for sugar. So a lot to be considered here. I do prefer the essential amino acids, as I mentioned, but I'm not here to tell you yes or no on anything. I'm here to educate you now. So it's up to you. If you are going to get branched chain amino acids, maybe cycle them. Maybe check that you're getting your serotonin and tryptophan from other sources. You're getting a lot of sunlight. You're making sure you're getting good sleep. And I would encourage you that you make sure that you are getting a clean product as well. Watch out for heavy metals, other ingredients. I'm not a fan of sucralose, aspartame, asulfame, even additives, food colorings, preservatives. That would be something I would look out for. So I hope you found this educational, and hopefully helps you decide on what you would like to try. Again, I use the essential amino acids from ATP Labs. If you're interested, they also do make a branched chain amino acid as well. A little bit cheaper again than the essential amino acids, so you might like to try them for one cycle and then try the essential amino acids for one cycle and see how you feel, see how your performance is in the workout. A month later, you should see changes in aesthetics, muscle growth, hair, skin, nails. You should notice the benefits, provided it's in the context with good nutrition and lifestyle habits as well. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions. You can reach out to me at shemainesmodelhealth.com. I'm pretty active on Facebook, so Shemaine's Model Health there. Instagram as well. Feel free to share with anyone you think might benefit from this information. And please give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you really want to get in my good books, please feel free to leave me a review. It really helps small businesses and little podcasts like mine reach more people so we can help more people. Okay, everyone, I'll chat to you guys soon. Take care. Have a great week. Bye.